Happy birthday to all my May 1st Tauruses. You are the week of Taurus 1, so if you want to check out that video, it's just one page in the Secret Language of Birthdays book, and the link is below for that. And today we'll be going over your 2 pages. I am running a little behind, so this was not released on your birthday, but it is still May 2021. And so let's get started. May 1st, the day of ironic insight. Those born on May 1st have a talent for watching what goes on around them and communicating their ideas on what they see to others. Their capacity to express these observations, which most frequently deal with people, is generally either verbal or written, but rarely bold. Not overly talkative, May 1st people have a way of making their words count. Because their statements are pointed, concise, and sometimes contentious, those born on this day leave little doubt as to how they feel on a particular issue. Not only are May 1st people forthright, but they also show an active interest in the events of the world around them. Even the shyest take a stand within the family, business, or social group of which they are a member. Those born on this day are not everyone's cup of tea, nor do they particularly seek to please others. They are, however, respected for their honesty, and though outspoken on issues of importance to them, are nonetheless Venusian in their love of harmony and beauty. Therefore, they do not go out of their way to pick quarrels and demonstrate the capacity to avoid confrontations for the sake of peace and quiet. The chief defensive weapon of May 1st people against those who would disturb their tranquility is a pointed wit, a sense of humor armed with satiric barbs. Their tendency to watch and observe supplies them with plenty of ammunition. This talent for humbling pretension or arrogance usually succeeds in earning them respect in their circle. May 1st people know the power of laughter is deflating a big ego. May 1st people know the power of laughter in deflating a big ego or poking holes in an overblown theory. Not overly intellectual, they have a well-developed critical faculty which shows contempt to vague generalizations and spurious facts. Should have brought a drink over here. Okay. Those born on this day are sensualists. Sorry about that. This book gets a little heavy. All right. Those born on this day are sensualists, enjoying heartily the delights of table and bed. They may in fact be more comfortable in repose than in motion. Generally, those born on this day will not take big risks, but follow good sense in backing a winner. The good sense does not extend to the realm of love, however, where they will often demonstrate a remarkable lack of good judgment, even going so far as to consistently pick the wrong partners. Welcome to the club. All right. Perhaps in this they are blinded by romantic illusions. Maybe your ruler of the day is Neptune. No, it's not. Okay. In most other areas, May 1st people are down to earth and pragmatic. They are not given to wild flights of fancy when it comes to business, money dealings, or even artistic expression. In this respect, they are difficult to fool, anticipate disasters, and have a sixth sense for con artists. Not in any great hurry to make a success of themselves, those born on this day will often wait years to achieve their ends. There may be a moment, however, a chance coming only once in a lifetime, which will guarantee their happiness. Only too often, May 1st people allow that moment to pass out of excessive caution, not daring to dare. Okay, and so now we're going to read your numbers and planets, and then your tarot card, and your health and advice, and then we'll go over the well-known people on your day. Just a heads up, this book was published about 30 years ago, so some of the people are timeless, and some of them you may never have heard of, but I will be doing part 2s next year and updating the lists for each birthday. All right, so numbers and planets. I mean, you could always Google it too, but it just gives you something to look forward to. And I do recommend subscribing to the channel because I'm covering all the sun, moon, and rising combinations in the big 144 series. And so if you know what your moon or your rising sign is, you probably want to check that out. Right now we're about halfway through Aries moons. It's going to be 144 videos total. So, but I'm planning on speeding that up once I get caught up on these birthday videos. All right. And I also dropped one day at one of my jobs, even though I had picked up another job. long story short, I'll be making more videos in the near future. Numbers and planets. Those born on the first day of the month are ruled by the number 1 and by the sun. People born on the first generally like to be first in what they do. But the competitive urge of May 1st people is blunted by the influence of Venus, ruler of Taurus. The sun tends to grant the qualities of warmth and well-developed ego, along with distinctively human and positive orientation to life. Those ruled by the number 1 have, see, it tied that in too with April 28th, because they're also ruled by the number 1, but I don't understand. I mean, maybe you guys, when I read it, understood better. Oh, that competitive urge of the sun, not edge, the competitive urge is softened by your Venusian influence from Taurus. Okay. The sun tends to grant the qualities of warmth and well-developed ego, along with distinctively human and positive orientation to life. Those ruled by the number 1 have individual and clearly defined views on most subjects. People, though May 1st people will try to avoid open conflict, their obstinacy is apparent, as is it with most Tauruses. No offense. Number 1 people are typically ambitious, but those born on May 1st may manifest this quality in more subtle ways. And your tarot card I pulled out here is the Magician. So the first card of the major arcana is the Magician, who symbolizes intellect, communication, and information, as well as magic. Over his head is an infinity symbol, you can see that there, which in some tarot decks takes the form of a hat and others a halo. Many interpretations may be drawn, one of which is that the magician recognizes the cyclical and unending nature of life and is empowered by this understanding. The positive traits suggested by this first card include diplomatic skill and shrewdness, but negatively, lack of scruples and opportunism. Now, as I mentioned in the April 28th video when he had just come up, he also is the card of Gemini, although the Lovers is as well, which I had forgotten to mention in that video. But he, as a being ruled by the sun, that's a fire element for your day, right? And then, and then as a Taurus, you're a Pentacles, earth energy. But the cool thing about the Magician card is he has all the suits here. So he has the cups, the pentacles. So cups is emotions, pentacles is tangible things, earthly treasures, and then the wands is passion, ambition, things like that, and the swords is, that great intellect and ability to discern. So the beautiful thing about the Magician is he has all these tools at his disposal. So the ruler of your day, you have more of this than the average Taurus going on, where you're able to really get your hands into the other elements of fire, earth, air, and water and manifest your desires, especially at being a Taurus, into the material realm. Also, there's one other thing that keeps coming to me about this card. And then it passed again, so I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it at that. Yeah, manifesting. Yeah, I lost it. It came to me too with it when I was reviewing the April 28th one, but if I can think of it, I'll let you know. Health. The voice, whether used for singing or speaking, is particularly dear to May 1st person, and special care should be taken to safeguard the vocal cords, which is why I should have brought a drink over here. All right. A traditionally vulnerable area for Taurians, because you rule the second house, which is the house of the voice. Each, and the throat is Taurus. Each sign, Aries is the head, and then it goes down from there. This often gives you great singing capabilities as well. All right. They should take care to safeguard the vocal cords, a traditionally vulnerable area for Taurians. The first hint of a cold should be immediately treated with vitamin C and a soothing herbal steam inhalation, such as chamomile. Because of a fine knowledge of food and well-developed palate, maintaining a well-balanced diet is not a problem for most May 1st people, but they may still have to watch their weight. A moderate amount of physical exercise, along with vacations, which feature swimming or skiing, is recommended. All balanced forms of physical activity, including regular sex, will keep May 1st people energetic. Advice: in love, try to be more realistic. In your lifestyle attempt to look ahead, once you have made your plans, don't forget to act on them. Take that necessary risk now and then in order to step up in life. And your meditation is, in comfortable shoes, you forget that you have feet. So don't get too comfortable. All right. And your strengths are you are calm, realistic, and ironic. I think that's just that witty, facetious sense of humor and the timing of it. And your weaknesses are procrastinating, lethargic, and blunt. I just read it. Don't shoot the messenger. All right. Born on this day, Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, philosopher, Jesuit priest, paleontologist, geologist, helped discover the Peking man remains in China. Attempted mystical synthesis of science and religion, and he wrote The Phenomenon of the Man. The Phenomenon of the Man. Okay. Terry Southern, screenplay writer, Dr. Strangelove, novelist. He wrote Candy. Joseph Heller, novelist. He wrote Catch-22. Sterling Brown, not Sterling K. Brown, you know, the guy on This Is Us. Sterling Brown, literary critic, poet. Steve Cawthon, boy wonder jockey, Triple Crown winner. Judy Collins, folk singer, songwriter. Jack Parr, Tonight Show host, TV personality. Bobby Ann Mason, writer and she wrote, or I don't know if it's a he or she. Bobby can kind of be. Bobby Ann Mason wrote In Country. William Lilly, British 17th century astrologer, philosopher, and cosmologist. One of my idols. No, I don't know who he is. I should look him up. Joseph Addison, 18th century prose writer, journalist with steel-set cultural standards for newly emerging British middle class. Chuck Bednack, Philadelphia Eagles football center, 7 times All-Pro, played 60 minutes both ways, 2 times All-American for Penn. Ollie Matson, All-American football halfback, Olympian, 4 times All-Pro, 73 touchdowns in 14 seasons. Harry Golden, syndicated journalist. Valentina, Ukrainian-American fashion designer. Glenn Ford, film actor. Daniel Deroux, French film actress. Wendy Toy, British theater producer, choreographer, actress, dancer, film director. Trial by Jury was her work. Kate Smith, singer. Theo Van Gogh, art dealer, Vincent's brother, who was largely responsible for any of his works ever being seen or sold. All right, Taurus, May 1st babies. This concludes The Secret Language of Birthdays video. If you want a copy for yourself, the link is below. Do be sure to like and subscribe if you want to check out when, you know, your friends and family's birthday videos come out, or you want to see when I do your sun, moon, rising combination. I'm also doing a Synastry series where I go over celebrity synastry live, and you can interact with me so that you can look up your own compatibility in relationships. And I love using those celebrity examples to really walk you through how to look it up for yourself. So I'll just throw that out there, since it said something about you needed help with love or something like that. No, I'm just kidding. All right, sending you lots of love, blessings, abundance, and light.